So you made an AI picture. Wonderful. High five. But honestly, friends, that's like saying you invented toast because you pushed a lever. The real game is in editing, making the almost perfect utterly flawless, creating images so good they make reality look like a cheap imitation. Dzine AI is about to become your partner in crime, the good kind of crime. Now I know what you might be thinking. Okay, Adrian, catchy intro, but what specifically can Dzine AI's image editing tools actually do? How good are its image editing tools? Can they actually deliver the kind of sophisticated results my discerning eye demands? And most importantly, can I use the face swap feature to convince my ex that I'm now dating Scarlett Johansson? As for the last, even AI has its limitations. Why not follow along with your boy Adrian and witness the wizardry firsthand? You'll find a link to Dzine AI right down there in the description. Once you're logged in, we're going to click on New Project. At this point, you can give your project a name and you can set a size for your canvas, or you can just cancel to leave the project as untitled and the default aspect ratio of 1:1. It's time to put Dzine AI's image editing chops through my highly sophisticated focus review system, which stands for Features, Output, Cost, Usability, and Speed. Let's go. Features. Does Dzine AI provide relevant image editing tools? Okay, now that we're logged in and we have a new project ready to go, we're going to navigate to the AI Editor section right there. Go ahead and click. There's a variety of stuff we're going to cover today. I'm going to do a first pass in which I just show you the very basics of what each tool does, and then we'll come back around and I'll show you how powerful each of these tools can be. So after clicking AI Editor, we have Local Edit. I'm going to go ahead and click here. And you can see that Local Edit allows us to select something in our picture with our lasso or with a brush or an auto select, and then just specify what we would like to replace that with. I'm going to go back, Insert Object, same selection options, and then we actually upload an image of what we would like to insert into our image. And Dzine AI will do the work to apply the same lighting and attempt to size it appropriately, and sometimes even manipulate that image a little bit to make it fit into the image. I'm going to go back, AI Eraser. You'll probably get this helpful little tip when you click AI Eraser. This little tip shows you the correct way to highlight the section that you would like to erase. You do not want to try to select the very edge of what you would like to erase, as in the example over here on the right side. Instead, just draw an outline around it and leave extra space, which is great because it would be tough to get this kind of precision. So it's much easier to just highlight around, leave extra space, and click the erase button. And then Generative Expand. Here you have the option of choosing what type of aspect ratio you would like to expand this image to. And when I show this in a moment, you'll see that we also have the option of grabbing some handles on the edge of our image and just manually expanding it. And Dzine AI will create extra imagery to fill in that extra space. You can also specify exactly how you would like that extra space filled in. I'm going to go to Hand Repair, and you see, same selection options. We would click Generate, and Dzine AI will attempt to clean up any jacked up AI hands. That's everything under AI Editor. We're also going to cover the Face Kit. So on the left side of your screen, click right there, and you'll see we have Face Swap. You just upload an image of a new face, and Dzine AI will automatically detect a face in your current image, and it will attempt to swap that out. We have Face Repair. You have these same selection options, lasso, brush, auto, and then you can specify how you would like the face repaired, or the eyes, or whatever element of the face specifically you want repaired, and then Dzine AI will attempt to do that. With this and many of these tools, there are some tips that are going to help you to get the best results, so make sure you stay tuned for those. And then we have Expression Edit. To show you the controls that are available here, I need to go ahead and select an image, so I'll do that. Okay, I have the pop art style image that we created in an earlier episode. We have a lot of different controls that we can apply to the face. Eye openness, eye gaze, horizontal eye gaze, vertical eye gaze, eyebrow, wink, lip openness, pouting, pursing, grin, smile, roundness, head pitch, yaw, and head roll. This tool is a ton of fun, and we'll cover it in detail in just a little bit. So that's all the options under Face Kit. And now I'm going to click on Enhance and Upscale. And the options are pretty simple here. For Enhance, we have Default or Portrait. When we come back, I'm going to show you some particular settings to get really fascinating results with this. And then also we have Product Background. I'll click there, and you'll see this little tip here that says Remove Background. You can remove the background ahead of time and save your image as a transparent PNG, or you can just upload that image and Dzine AI will automatically remove that background for you. Once you upload that image, you have a variety of preset backgrounds to choose from. You also have the option to write a prompt on exactly how you would like that background created, and then you can also choose your own custom image and apply that as the background. Dzine AI has the tools you need, and probably a few you didn't even know you needed until now. For features, 5 stars. When it comes to image editing, does Dzine AI deliver the goods? Okay, let's start with AI Editor. I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to go to Local Edit. I'm going to go ahead and click here to upload an image. I have this beautiful picture that I created in Dzine AI of our AI influencer on a very scenic mountain with a goat. And I want to see how she would look with a mountain lion. As I mentioned earlier, the way Local Edit works is basically we'll highlight an area and then we'll replace that. So we can choose lasso, brush, or auto. I'll quickly demonstrate lasso. Just basically draw a circle, and there we go. And I can click right here, clear all, and I can demonstrate the brush. And last, I'll demonstrate auto, where it will automatically detect what I'm clicking on. My favorite way to use this is with lasso. I feel that it's the quickest to mark out the area. When Dzine AI replaces the section that we've highlighted, it's going to only do so within the parameters of what we selected. So this is very restrictive. If you use auto and it just highlights exactly what you want to replace, then Dzine AI is very restricted in what it can add or how it can add the new item that you'd like to use to replace this selection. So I'm going to click clear, and I'm just going to go to the lasso, and I like to just draw a big circle around the item I want to remove. It's okay if you have extra space. That doesn't really matter. I'm going to say instead of a goat, I want a mountain lion. With Local Edit, you also get to choose your style. If I click here, I'll see the variety of different styles that Dzine AI has available. There's a ton to choose from. If you want my advice on how to choose a style, then make sure you watch my first Dzine AI episode, where I give you my tips and advice on how to choose a style. For right now, we're going to leave it on the default of no style v2, and I'm going to close this. And then we have this option here for control method, where we can choose prompt, balanced, or image. As you can see from this tip that pops up, it completely disregards what you're replacing. Or we can use balanced, where it will loosely reference the selected area when it attempts to create something new. And then we have image, which is going to very tightly respect what you've chosen. So if you just want to change the color of something, then this would be great, this image selection, because this is going to basically leave our goat as a goat, and maybe we want to make his fur darker or lighter. But since we're replacing our goat with a mountain lion, we want this to be on prompt because we want to completely disregard what we have currently. And I'm going to go ahead and click Generate. And we have a beautiful mountain lion next to our AI influencer overlooking this gorgeous mountaintop. Now we'll look at Insert Object. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to upload the image that I would like to use. In the episode in which I covered consistent characters, we used this image and then we inserted our hipcat character. However, using the consistent character feature required the creator plan. In contrast with the Insert Object feature, which I'm demonstrating now, only requires the beginner plan. So can we actually use it to insert a character? Let's find out. I'm going to highlight an area and I'm going to click right here to pick an image. I've chosen an image of our hipcat character. Now I've done a lot of experimenting with this, and at first I thought if I use a PNG file with a transparent background, I thought it would have an easier time to add this to the image. Turns out it did not have an easier time. It actually works better when you do not use a transparent PNG, So instead, what I'm using is a JPEG file with a green background. The background could be pretty much anything. It helps if it's fairly simple. And I'm specifying in the prompt box the cat character is facing the dog character. If we were using the consistent character feature, I could say hipcat is facing grunge dog because it knows that I labeled those characters. However, the insert object has no idea on the labeling of different characters. I'm going to click generate, and we have hipcat and grunge dog. And it turned out pretty good. So hipcat is not facing grunge dog like we had when we tested this with the consistent character feature. However, Dzine AI did do a pretty good job of matching the lighting, making it feel like hipcat fits into this situation. Overall, you're going to get better results when you use the consistent character feature. Also, when you're using consistent character, you can specify in the prompt that you would like that character to have arms up or to be sitting or standing, and it will do a great job of respecting those instructions. When you're using it in this way with the local edit, then it's fairly restrictive. And for the most part, your character is going to have almost the exact same body positioning as the image that you uploaded. Okay, we're going to try insert object again, this time with grunge dog on stage playing guitar and singing. And what I'd like to do is add our AI influencer so she is dancing on stage while grunge dog is playing. I have this image that I created in Dzine AI of our AI influencer with some puppies. And I'm specifying in the prompt, the woman is dancing on stage. I'm going to select the area where I would like for her to be, and I'll click generate. And our AI influencer is now on stage with grunge dog. Her head is in a slightly different position. So Dzine AI will make small changes with the image that you add. However, as I mentioned before, you do have more control when you use the consistent character feature. Also, with the consistent character feature, you can easily change the clothing that you would like that character to have. And here I did try a few prompts in which I asked for the inserted character to have different clothing, and Dzine AI just didn't want to go there. Do you see anything else kind of interesting and fun about this picture? It seems that all of the characters from the uploaded image that I used have been added. We have our puppies right down here on the elevated drum area. So why not? Puppies can enjoy concerts too. Okay, we'll now try out AI Eraser. This tool is very straightforward. I'm going to use the lasso tool to draw around the UFO, and I'm going to click generate. And our UFO is gone, replaced with sky and stars that uniformly match the rest of our sky. Now I'll click here to demonstrate Generative Expand. When using this tool, you can leave the prompt blank, and Dzine AI will just do its best at filling in the extra space, or you can specify what you would like. I'm going to specify that I want a massive mothership alien spacecraft hovering above. And I'm going to go over here because I want to zoom out a little bit. You can also use your mouse to zoom out. And I'm going to widen the picture a little bit. And I'm going to add quite a bit of room at the top for the mothership. And I'll click generate. The AI did its best to make sense of that fire plus the mothership. So of course, our mothership is on fire. I think that's awesome. So I guess we're winning this battle. And now we'll click on hand repair. I have our beautiful bikini model, which I created in an earlier episode on Dzine AI. However, I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but she's working with an extra finger. We have 5 fingers right there, not including the thumb. Let's fix that. All I have to do is use one of the tools to highlight that area and then click generate. And now our bikini model is not only super fit, but she's also anatomically correct. However, I want to point out that the hand repair actually requires the creator plan. It's not available on the beginner plan, but your boy Adrian has a little workaround for you. If you happen to get a jacked up AI hand, you can go to AI Editor, Local Edit. You can highlight that area and just specify hand, because the local edit will attempt to replace this area with whatever you specify. For control method, I am just going with prompt, You might be able to do balanced because you do want a hand, you just don't want that extra finger. But I would definitely not choose the last option of image because that is going to try to respect the exact outline of the item that you highlighted, but we really want to get rid of that extra finger. So I'm going with prompt and generate. And we have a beautiful result without having to upgrade to the creator plan. Now, a lot of these tools will give you different options whenever you perform an edit, and I want to show you this other option that Dzine AI provided. So Dzine AI thought it would be cute to put a little bird right there where her hand is, as if she basically has her hand on her hip, maybe a fist on the hip, but this little bird is nesting on her hand, which is cute. Thanks, Dzine AI. I like your creative inspiration. However, her stomach's a little jacked up. It looks like she maybe had a rib or two removed so she could fit this little birdie in here. One day AI is going to be perfect, and I think we're going to miss these times. Okay, we're now going to go to Face Kit. Click right there. We're going to try out the face swap. I have the No Time to Die 007 movie poster, and I've uploaded this picture of my face from a little while back with a different hairdo, and of course without my glasses. And then you can go down to Target Face and click Redetect Faces. And then you should see the face that's in this movie poster, a small example of that right there. And then I'll click Generate. And there I am as 007. I think it turned out pretty good. Of course, it doesn't look exactly like me, and it doesn't look exactly like the original. It just tries to find an in-between point and does its best job at blending the colors and the lighting. Overall, I think Dzine AI did a great job. I'm curious, how would I look with Scarlett Johansson? When you have more than one face in the picture, you'll receive a prompt like this. And then you'll just choose the face that you would like to replace. I'm going to click on Colin's face, and I'll go ahead and click Generate. We have our results over at the right-hand side. I can hover each of the four to see how they look. So they're all basically a cross between my face and Colin's face. I don't think anybody would think that any of these actually look like me. However, it's something fun to experiment with. Now we're going to click right here to try out the face repair feature. I actually think a better name for this feature would be face modification, because if you had an image like this and you wanted to, for example, make her eyes more blue, then it actually works great for that. I can highlight each eye, or I can highlight both eyes together, and I can say eyes bright blue. I have a slider down here where I can specify whether I want the area selected to have a strong resemblance with what we have in our original image or no resemblance. And I'm going to adjust it down just a little bit because I do want some resemblance, but I really just want the eyes to be blue. And I'm going to click Generate. And we have our results. And to demonstrate the changes, I'm going to use the panel on the right-hand side. If I hover over this first image, you can see the result with the eyes being blue. And I can hover over each of these and you can see the different changes. They're subtle, but they're all brighter blue. And if you want to toggle between the original and then this modified version, you can click right here. This button is to compare. And as you hold this down, you're seeing the original. And if you let go, you're seeing the modified version. So for each of these, hold it down for the original, let go for the modified. Okay, we're now going to experiment with expression edit by clicking right here. If you have an image on your canvas, you can go ahead and click right here to select that. Otherwise, if you want to choose a different image, you can click here and browse to an image. I'm going to go ahead and choose the image on our canvas. And you'll see that we have all of these controls to play with. I can go ahead and close her eyes just a little bit, give her a little more of a sultry type of look. I like it. I can adjust the eye gaze a little bit from left to right. I know that if you adjust that too much, it just doesn't look good. Vertical eye gaze. I can adjust this. Let me try that. So for both of these settings, you want to be very subtle. Eyebrows. If I bring the eyebrows down, she looks a little concerned. I'm going to go ahead and click right here. You can do this for any of the controls to reset that particular control. Let me go ahead and open the eyes a little bit, and then I'm going to have her wink a little bit. If you do this too much, it looks like she's winking too hard and actually does not look as good. But that is fine right there. We can have her wink. We can have her open her mouth more. We can adjust the pouting or pursing from left to right. It's an interesting look, but not the look we're going to go for just now. We're going to reset that. You can adjust her grin. I'm going to go ahead and raise this. Teeth are a little closer together for the grin. And I can have her smile by sliding the smile to the right. I'm going to reset the grin. I'm going to reset the smile. And I can adjust the head pitch up or down. I'm getting a little tired of the wink. I'm going to go ahead and remove that by clicking reset. And I'm going to scroll down. And as far as the head pitch, I can bring that down if I'd like. Head yaw, right or left. I'm going to go ahead and bring that to the right. So she's facing the camera a little more. And then head roll, I'm going to go ahead and shift that a little bit to the left. Let's see how that looks. So once you've made all your adjustments, you can click the button at the bottom to place it on the canvas. Or if you want, you can save your credits, make your adjustments, take a screenshot, make some more adjustments, take another screenshot, and use those images. Okay, let's now click right here to test out the Enhance feature. The Enhance feature is very straightforward. If you have a close-up of a face, you're going to choose the Portrait option. Otherwise, you're going to use the Default option. To demonstrate the power of the Enhance feature, I'm going to click Detail to provide the highest level of detail. If you click Light, you'll just barely see a difference, but when you click Detail, you'll see a lot of extra detail, and it's very cool. So let's go. And you'll see we actually have so much detail that it almost looks more like an illustration as opposed to conveying some sort of realism. For example, if we zoom in, you'll see so much detail in different areas of this picture. So depending on your situation, you may not want to go this extreme, but every once in a while, if you want this illustrative type of look, then max out the detail because it's pretty cool to see what Design AI comes up with. In one of my previous videos in which I covered consistent characters, we created some really cool pictures with not only Grunge Dog, but also with Nature Girl. And I was curious whether the Enhance feature would support pictures such as Nature Girl. So let's give it a shot. I have it set to default and detail and generate. And you can see that design delivered. No issues, no prompts warning me that this could not be done. And our forest in the background now has detailed leaves, a detailed waterfall. We see ripples in the water. We see more detail in Grunge Dog. We see more detail in Nature Girl, which I'm blocking out part of it for this video. But believe me, there's more detail there. So feel free to experiment with this as well. We're going to use this picture of our AI influencer to test the portrait mode of Enhance. I'll go ahead and click here, and you'll see we have two options, standard or creative. Let's try standard first and generate. The change is very subtle, so I'm going to show you by hovering over the image on the right-hand side, then clicking on our compare button. It's a very subtle difference. I'm going to click to see the original, and then I'm going to let go to see the enhanced version. Let's now try the creative mode and generate. If I click on compare and hold that down, here's the original. And if I let go, you'll see the enhanced version with the creative mode. And I think it looks much better. Original and creative. My first thought with the creative mode was that it would get very creative and it wouldn't look like the original picture. However, I think that the creative mode works great and I would probably use it every time I wanted to enhance an image. And now we're going to click right here to try out the product background feature. When using the product background feature, Design AI will automatically remove the background from your picture. And I can demonstrate this by clicking right here, which is the undo button. If I click undo, you'll see that we have the original picture, which is an Aquaman poster. I actually took the real Aquaman poster and I stylized it in Design AI to create more of a three-dimensional figurine. And then when I uploaded this to use it for the product background tool, it automatically removed the background. So I'm going to go ahead and click the redo button right here. So we have the figurine without the background. I'm going to center this. And then if we go to the left side of the screen, you'll see we have 3 different options to apply a product background. We can choose template, in which we have a variety of preset styles to choose from. We can choose a white background with a shadow, or any of these gradients, or any of these different settings, beach, snow, sunset, or any of these surfaces, or countertops, or living rooms, bathrooms, a lot of different options here. Let's go ahead and look at the image option here. If you already have an image that you would like to use for the background, you just click here and you would upload that. Now I'm going to go to the middle option, the prompt option. You'll see that we have this box here, your product on, and we can type whatever we would like here, or we can just choose one of these presets, a windowsill, a glass surface, a rock, etc. And we have this other box down here with a brick wall, an ocean view, whatever you would like there as well. And you can just type in whatever you would like if you don't see any suggestion that would suit your needs. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and specify a beach, and I'm going to specify with an ocean view just by clicking those presets and clicking generate. And we have our results. I can hover over each of these results to see how they look. Each of them provide a slight variation of the beach with the ocean view background. Master these tools and you'll be able to turn any image into a work of art. For output, 5 stars. Cost. Is Dzine AI priced competitively? The free plan gives you 32 credits each day. The beginner plan is $8.99 and gives you 900 credits per month. The creator plan is $19.99 and gives you 3,000 credits per month. And the master plan is $59.99 and gives you unlimited credits. Sign up for an annual plan and get a 22% discount. And if you happen to be a student or a teacher, you can get a 70% discount. Besides the differences in credits, the different plans also provide additional functionality. All of the options that we reviewed are accessible on the beginner plan, with the exception of the hand repair, which requires the creator plan. However, your boy did give you a workaround for that, which is to simply use the local edit and to specify that you want a proper looking hand instead of a jacked up looking hand. As far as the number of credits for each tool, the following tools will consume 4 credits each: local edit, insert object, face swap, face repair, expression edit, and hand repair. It's only the following 3 image editing tools that require 8 credits: Generative Expand, Enhance, and Product Background. Dzine AI lets you refine and revolutionize your images without constantly having to feed the meter. For cost, 5 stars. Speaking of value, if you appreciate getting this kind of insight, this breakdown of digital tools that are shaping our future, why not give your boy Adrian a virtual fist bump by hitting that like button? Usability. Does Dzine AI provide interfaces that are intuitive and fun to use? Despite the arsenal of tools available, Dzine AI has managed to create an interface that feels intelligent and intuitive. It gets out of your way and lets you create. For usability, 5 stars. Speed. Does Dzine AI respect your precious time, or does it test your patience? Dzine AI is refreshingly brisk. My edits took between 10 seconds to 60 seconds. Less time waiting, more time creating. For speed, 5 stars. That makes my overall rating for Dzine AI's image editing capabilities an unequivocal 5 stars. It's powerful, accessible, and fast. Friends, why be a mere spectator in the AI revolution when you can be an architect? If you want to stay light years ahead of the curve, hit that subscribe button and activate that notification bell. Oh, and one more thing. If you think mastering still images is the whole story, then my friend, you've only seen the tip of the digital iceberg. Dzine AI isn't just a painter, it's a filmmaker. It produces astonishing video creation and has some out-of-this-world lip-syncing capabilities. I covered these in detail in my last video. If you were impressed by the image editing, you've got to see what it can do with video and lip-syncing. Just click right there. In the meantime, stay sharp, stay sophisticated, and most importantly, stay subscribed.